What is something normal that scares the shit out of you? Watching everyone you love get old. The planets. Seeing real photos and videos of them from space just creeps me TF out. Because they're so gigantic. Big things scare me sometimes, depending on what they are OFC. And the planets are the biggest things around lol. I would piss myself seeing them in person edit. Yes, I know I'm standing on a planet and I know I can see the moon. I'm talking about photos or videos of planets taken from outer space lol. They look intimidating ASF. Teeth, or more specifically, a medical problem with teeth. For me or anyone else. Just creep me out. Edit, this was a bad idea. Now everyone is telling me their terrible teeth story. Please kill me. A phone call, and if it's a video call, I can feel my soul leaving the body. Confrontation. From knocking on a door to eye contact. Putting my hand into the garbage disposal to clear it. No one else allowed in the kitchen because I know they'll somehow turn it on. My wife broke a glass in the sink once and it went in the garbage disposal. Clearing broken glass I couldn't see was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Interviews. Them, tell us about yourself me. I still don't know how I got the job. Aging. The thought of getting to a point where I won't be able to take care of myself anymore scares the living daylights out of me. I'm much less scared of dying than I am of outliving my ability to do anything. Mirrors in a dark room. Like if you turn the light off in the bathroom before leaving or something. Feel like that's where the veil is thinnest there for some reason. When cockroaches starts to fly. Unexpected knocking on my door. I have nothing to hide. All my bills are paid, but for some reason I get a mild panic attack when someone knocks. I'm doing it right now. Learning to drive. Especially because I'm taking lessons. And after my lesson tomorrow, I'm gonna be on the highway and my lessons have a tendency to be really close together. Edit, thank you all so much for your kind advice. It's really helped calm my nerves. The sound of someone riding a skateboard on the sidewalk behind me. I don't know why. But I freeze. Edit, yes. I am also unnerved by shopping carts behind me in the supermarket. I always pull over and let them pass if they are following too close to my heels. Apparently I was Achilles in a past life. Phone calls. Especially if it's not a number from my contact list. Closing my eyes when shampooing. I've seen too many horror movies to enjoy darkness. This is gonna sound weird, but seeing things in the middle of the road at night. I was once driving home one night and turned a corner to see a dog in the middle of the road. Nothing weird, right? Completely normal sight in a suburb. Every instinct in my body was telling me to get the frick out of there now. When I see stuff in the middle of the road at night, it doesn't matter what it is, I get chills. Goosebumps. My hairs stand on end and my palms sweat. It's happened with deer, dogs, people, raccoons, and even a trash can once. Can't explain it, but it terrifies me. Grasshoppers. They just are too unpredictable and it terrifies me. Frogs kind of too, for the same reason. But not as bad. Kinda weird, but when audio starts skipping when I'm playing my music, it scares me poopless. The future. And people asking me how I feel about something, because usually I have no clue how I feel about something, so I end up lying and just agreeing with them. It makes me feel so fake because everything I like and dislike generally based off of other people's opinion, because I seriously just have zero clue how I actually feel about things. The only things I am certain that I do and don't like are things like food and music. Everything else, even things like my hobbies, I generally can't figure out if I actually like doing it or if it's because I grew up around people whose hobbies were the same as my hobbies. I only just realized this too. Relationships. The ocean. I'm talking like out in the ocean. Hundreds of miles from land. Treading water. Alone. Also, let's each stand up and introduce ourselves and say one interesting thing about ourselves. That Lego dragon statue in the water outside the Lego store in Orlando, Florida. I recently found out that other people find it scary after discovering the submersionophobia subreddit. Freaking walking in the dark. You expect me to just walk comfortably when I hear a small noise in the bushes and I can barely see? Death. I am terrified of dead bodies. Of being in the ground. Of corpses. The thought of being buried makes me panic. Not being buried alive. Not even the claustrophobic feelings, because I am not claustrophobic, the idea of decaying and the clothes still being there. And the way it would look just freaks me TF out. My own mortality isn't even the scary part. It's just the corpse. I want to be cremated because I don't want anything left. I don't even care if whoever keeps the ashes. I just don't want to be around forever rotting and shriveling up and trapped in an underground box. I don't want people staring at my dead self and touching it. I have vibes, so the idea of going out to eat or eating in general with people frightens me. Especially if it's breakfast or lunch. If I eat even a little of anything except the blandest foods, I will have to urgently run to the bathroom. Possibly more than once. And it doesn't help that I'll be anxious about using the bathroom because I'm around people who will notice. And if I don't eat, people judge me for not eating, saying it's unhealthy, and then I have to explain my condition. In the end, I just do everything I can to avoid eating with people, which includes skipping any kind of invitations unless I have to, and then just eating some crackers or a small salad or something really light and bland. I'm sometimes okay with dinner. Not always. But sometimes my body behaves better in the evening. I can also control it by drinking and getting tipsy, which usually turns off my anxiety, so I'll be less likely to have an emergency. Still, I avoid it as much as I can. Space. Just looking up and coming to terms with how big it is and how little we know about it. Talking to people I haven't already known for years. Nice try, Pennywise. This seems largely irrational compared to others. But someone driving behind me. Like they don't even have to be close to me, they can just be doing their own thing, but I don't like it. 3 things. Bears, moths, and let's get to know each other by saying your name and something about yourself. Fire alarms and sudden loud noises. Public speaking. Don't know if this counts as normal, but mental illnesses. The fact that your own brain can turn on you and create a reality different from the rest of us scares the poop out of me. When people are walking directly behind me, I basically start to sprint when I hear footsteps behind me. The thought of getting pregnant. Eyes contact. I don't know why, but when someone looks directly in my eyes, I will feel very uncomfortable and nervous. My hands will begin to sweat a lot and my throat will feel like burning. My friends say that maybe it is because I am lying or have done something wrong, but it's not. When I talk to other people such as my teacher, friends, relatives, parents etc., I often look at another spot in their face, like ears, noses, mouth, or else certainly not eyes. The same goes with when I practice public speaking or being awarded on the stage. I usually look at the ceiling or the clock or an empty space between audiences rather than their eyes. I think it may be because I am scared of being judged or being noticed too much. And I am trying to fix it so hard. Aneurysm. Getting a bath or a shower at home alone. I always have the terrible fear that someone will break in and kill me, or I'll slip, fall and die. It's not the dying part that gets me though. It's the dying while naked part that does. Such a vulnerable state to be in. Then when you start to relax, boom, something happens and you die. IDK what started this fear, but I wish it would go away lol. Driving on highways without a center divider. Fricking balloons, man. I have always been scared of balloons for some reason. I think it's the anticipation of it popping, I'm not sure, aha. Well, there's a muscle in my body that works non-stop without me realizing it. And once it stops doing its thing, I die. I do 2 pull-ups and my arms want to explode, all exhausted. We live in a complicated ecosystem where all sorts of plants and animals rely on each other to survive. And dozens of species go extinct every week. We live in a Goldilocks zone. The only place where life can survive. If the sun gets more or less intense, we all go into a global catastrophe. I have eyeballs and I have no idea how they work. The corpses of big bugs and snails. I have a fear of killing big hugs because of how their corpse would look like. Apes. Mannequins. Anything humanoid. Probably has to do with the uncanny valley. Mortality. The ocean. Just how freaking huge and deep it is, lol. I also have this fear I'll just vanish and be like transported or some poop into the middle of the Pacific and literally never be seen or heard from again. Heights. Mainly because I get extreme vertigo. Reincarnation. I worry that we have to keep doing this life over and over again until we learn some important lesson. My concern is that I'm a super slow learner and most people figured things out 1,000 years ago. All that is left now is a planet full of assholes like me who just can't seem to get it right. We all just keep coming back over and over again on an 80-year cycle of failure. Crazy frog. I had severe nightmares when I was little from that stupid frog. The whole vibe and animation was traumatizing. If I hear it to this day. As a 17-year-old I cringe and have PTSD. The movie Coraline gives me the creeps. Driving. Never have done it, but the idea really scares me. The fact that when I was young, I donated my hair multiple times. On occasion I wonder if someone wearing my hair commits some crime close enough to me and my hair is found at the crime scene. People talking to me. I'm a very quiet guy and I get lost in my thought salad. I daydream and zone out. When people come up and talk to me, I forget how to carry on a conversation. However, like many people, you get me talking about something I am passionate about and I don't know when to shut up. Small talk is not my thing. If we are having a conversation, I want it to be meaningful. Walking down a hallway. The I need to talk to you. When a kid eats a huge amount of food, even when his body is small.
Hi there. Look, if you enjoyed the video, well, why not go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to Reddit Stories. In fact, if you want to see even more responses to this thread, well then, take a look. There's the link in the description below. And remember, show some love to those authors while you're there. And I look forward to seeing you next time.